Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Lab Rats. This is the Disney Channel series from 2012 to 2015. It's 4 seasons. It's like 98 some episodes. It also spawned a spin-off. I think what was it called? We actually looked at it not too long ago. Well, actually pretty long ago, sometime early last year. Oh, it was Lab Rats Elite Force, which sort of, I think it might have crossed over two concepts. I don't know. I only watched 2 episodes of this, and it was a two-parter, just basically giving us the origin of the characters and how they came to be. So, which is what an origin is. And I'm looking at pictures here of just shots from different parts of the season as it flips through, and I swear to God, it looks like the same set they used for Saved by the Bell. It looks like, yeah, there's probably a lot of sets that are just recycled from other shows, but it looked like the Saved by the Bell stairway. It like where the locker rooms are. That one scene, anyway. Um, yeah, basically, Lab Rats is the story of a kid named Leo. His mom marries a super genius inventor played by Hal Sparks. Hal is played as Donald Davenport. So Donald and his mom, which is Tasha, Donald and Tasha, she has a son named Leo, and he, for some reason, they got married, and he's never been to this man's house before, and doesn't know just to the extent of what of a millionaire he is, a billionaire, inventor. He's like Tony Stark, but super dorky. Um, he's Hal Sparks. So anyway, he and his character is played off as kind of a not too with it kind of guy half the time. He's a perpetual child, but he also has the super brains to invent some crazy things, including the three children he keeps in his basement. Okay, not children; they're teenagers who are bionic enhanced. That is actually, I realize now that isn't really explained. He raised them, and they were cyborgs, I guess, when they were children. Because there's a flashback at one point when he's like reading them a story about how batteries are created, and as you read to children, and the three of them, they're siblings, 2 boys and a girl, as you can see here in the suits, the outfits. Leo's the one without the outfit. The three of them were bionic from a very early age. I guess he created them. I must have missed that part, but it seems really strange that he raised 3 children by himself that were bionic in his basement, and if they get too excited, like happy or sad or angry, they glitch and they could destroy everything. So he's kept them in captivity their entire lives. They sleep and eat in tubes and also bathe, and it's meant to be like a funny sequence where they get excited to stand inside their tubes for feeding, and just pellets of protein pellets just drop down, and they, you know, bite at the air to grab them if they can, and never mind the fact that they have hands. Um, the girl, she delicately, eats them as she catches them, but the boys are a little less restrained. The big one, he's kind of dumb, but he's super strong. The other boy, you can't say younger. I guess they're all triplets. I don't know. The other boy, he's super smart and has heightened senses and everything else, and he can react to things a whole lot better. And the girl has super speed. So they're all cyborg superheroes. And Leo immediately, within the first 5 minutes of the show, discovers them in the basement because apparently Hal Sparks has no security in his mansion. Oh wait, he does. He has I don't know, a personality kind of, like an Alexa or a Siri, but with the voice of Will Forte in the wall. His name's Eddie, and he hates the children, and he rats them out every chance he gets. And yeah, that was one of the most surprising things. Will Forte is providing a voice for the house robot, or I think about Jarvis for the house at Tony Stark's place, but Will Forte. You would know him from MacGruber and Saturday Night Live and Last Man on Earth and a bunch of other things. He's been in a ton of stuff, and he's always just one of the funniest, weirdest guys in the world. It just seems strange that he'd be doing this role in a comedy, by the way, that has a laugh track. And yes, I know a lot of Disney Channel shows over the past few decades have laugh tracks. It's to tell the children it's time to laugh, that the thing they just saw was funny. It's programming. So a lot of the stuff, yeah, it's not sophisticated humor. It's not meant for people who are older and have a different sense of comedy. I'm not being snobby about it. There are some things that were kind of funny that were silly, but again, it's meant to attract 10-year-olds to this, to go, oh yeah, that's funny, because it's slapstick, it's broad comedy, it's silly, funny phrases and reactions, and yes, they do the Disney Channel reaction, where on every show, at some point, possibly even every episode, although I only saw it once, the characters, in order to show panic or surprise or distress in any way, they all have to yell at the top of their lungs. Just, ah! I'm not going to yell it now. I'm not going to disturb my neighbors. That's as loud as I need to get. But they all do it. By the way, the kid who plays Leo has the biggest mouth. He unhinges his jaw. It looks like it. It's just you can fit a basketball in there. It's huge. I'm just saying, Leo. Jeez. But the other, I have to mention that the actors that played three bionic hero type kids, Chase Davenport, Adam Davenport, and Bree Davenport, are played. Okay, I was just reading the character names. Sorry, are played by William Brent, Spencer Boldman, and Kelly Berglund. Kelly looks familiar to me. I don't know where I've seen her else, but these Disney Channel actors tend to move on to other projects within Disney, so probably recognize her from somewhere. Anyway, yeah, it's not like high-minded comedy. It's goofy. It's meant for kids, and it's a fun time. If you're an adult, you would probably get tired of it real quick. But kids probably eat this stuff up. I don't know if this is still the same kind of comedy that kids appreciate. I think this would have probably worked better as an animated series. They could have done some really crazy, weird stuff, but the limitations of special effects and everything else it's clunky, but it makes it a little bit endearing, dealing with what they have to work with. It's it dates it a little bit, but it's still funny. So, yeah, the funniest thing about it is the fact that the thing that they don't intend to be funny. Yeah, so it's a fun little action adventure series that maybe some kids might get into, but I can't say it's like one of the best things on Disney Plus by a long shot. But yeah, if it's the kind of thing you grew up with, go ahead, revisit it. Love it for all you have. Don't ever tell anybody you shouldn't love what you love. All right, unless it hurts other people. That's awful. You don't want to do that. But in this case, nobody gets hurt. It's lab rats. And if you do figure out if he created them from birth to be cyborgs that go on super missions for the government, that guy should be tried for crimes against humanity. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they ever addressed that, but that Davenport guy might be a bad guy. And honestly, in any other world beyond this, Hal Sparks' character guy would be a bad, evil dude. He would be the guy who raises children to be cyborg assassins or weapons. That's just weird. By the way, the premise of this also is that these kids might be a little bit too out of control, may not be able to live a proper life, but Leo shows they can, even though they're a little bit dangerous and unstable. And Hal Sparks, Donald Davenport, decides that maybe they can live a normal life as long as they hide their superpowers, and that's where the rest of the story goes. So they live a life in high school trying to awkwardly fit in, and Leo helps them along the way while they help him look cool. There you go. That's the concept, in case you were wondering. All right, let's pick tomorrow's episode.
340.
Oh man, back in the 300s. Don't know how to have to scroll far. 340. Oh. Oh, I have seen this before, but I'm gonna watch it again because I really liked it. It's a short. It's a documentary short. It's not very long. I think. But who cares? Who cares how long it is? I'm gonna watch the whole thing. It's one thing, but it is about the Marvel universe, the MCU. It's Marvel Studios expanding the universe. So it looks like when we're in the mid 30s, it's a lot of Marvel stuff. So Marvel Studios expanding the universe. So it's going to be talking about it's basically a lot of what they showed us at D23 in 2019. I was there, and in that room, and they showed us and they premiered all the new stuff that's coming out, She-Hulk and whatever else, and Moon Knight and Ms. Marvel. Yeah, especially all the stuff on Disney Plus. So but of course they had no idea what 2020 would bring them. Now that we're in 2021, hopefully maybe some of it will actually see the light of day. We are going to see WandaVision next week. So, what is today? So this week. Next week? In about a week. And we're going to make that, it's on the 15th, and that'll be the day we'll be watching that. So, it won't be a randomized choice. Anyway, I've talked too much. Marvel Studios expanding the universe is what we're watching next. I'll see you back here tomorrow.